Welcome back, welcome back. So, like I said before, I'm finally jumping back on watching Netflix stuff, right? So I see this show called the Vince Staples Show is trending. I think when I was watching it the other day, it was like number 5 out of 10, right? Now, this is my first time hearing of this guy. I assumed if he has his own show on Netflix, he obviously was doing something beforehand. So I found out that he raps and I think he has skits online. I haven't seen those yet, but that's what I was reading about when I was, after I finished watching the show, right? So it says a limited series, it's 5 episodes. So I'm not sure if this is just going to be it or if this is testing. Like maybe they're going to see how the numbers do, how people like the show and whatnot, right? So, like I said, I didn't know who this was because I kind of stopped listening to. I can't even say mainstream because is there anything that's really mainstream anymore? Everything is just straight up on streaming services. So I don't even know. But I kind of stopped listening to new artists and new things. Not all the way, but for the most part I did. Around 2016, 2017. That's when I was in my late 20s. I had turned 30. It just seemed like the way, especially R&B, but R&B and rap was the way the phase it was entering, I just didn't care for it. I grew up in the 90s where people sung, you had voices like Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton, Mariah Carey, Boys to Men, Jodeci. I'm used to that kind of singing when it comes to R&B. So in the 2010s, that kind of just faded away, and we've still been dealing with that now. Same with the rap. So, yeah, I didn't know about this guy, Vince Staples. So, I'm probably gonna check out some of his stuff. So I'm like, okay, it's 5 episodes. It's about 20 some minutes each. It's easy to go ahead and just binge watch this, knock it out, right? So I will say this. There's a few different things. It's one of those shows where it's funny, but I feel like they were trying too hard with some stuff. Like the girlfriend character, to me, she was, like there's an episode where they went to the theme park, whatever. She was like, "Yo, this N word, he bothering me." It just I couldn't buy that coming from her. I don't know. No disrespect to the actress. I'm just telling you my opinion on it. I just feel like there's something. It's like it's funny, but there's something. It's like it needs something else with it. Um, while watching the show, I got the show Atlanta with. I hate when I forget people's names when I'm doing these videos. But anyway, the show Atlanta on FX. It was giving me like that kind of vibe with how it was shot, the humor. While I was looking through the credits, I saw that Kenya Burris, I hope that's how you pronounce his name, is a executive producer. And that kind of explained how I felt because just like with Blackish, it's like it's funny, but I still feel like it's missing something. And at first I was like, maybe it's just super super hood for me. Not the missing something part, but that's just one of my observations right when I was watching it. But then I'm like, nah, cause Rap-ish was super hood too. But I don't know, it's some in there. So Vince pretty much plays himself, and I think like in these 5 episodes it's pretty much like each episode is surrounded by like one main event. Like the first episode, he was in jail because it was basically a wrong identity thing. So that whole episode was in jail. Then there was an episode where he went to the bank to get a loan for this cereal that he wanted to launch, a business loan. His friends end up robbing a bank, and the whole episode takes place in the bank. So, I guess you would call that a situation comedy. Correct me if I'm wrong. But one thing about Vince is I can see that he's one of these artists where he got his humor is kind of, it's like serious. It's serious. Like he doesn't do the slapstick thing. He doesn't do like throwing jokes. It's just serious, right? Uh, I think this show is definitely creating a lane for itself. Like the last episode, I was like, what's going on? So, oh, and we also had a few guests. We have Vanessa Bell Calloway. She plays his mother. Trying to think. There was a few other people in there. It was Rick Ross guest starred on there. So yeah, but you know, Vince is from Cali, and I always have a soft spot for Cali because I was born there. I took my first breath in the world there. Have family there still, so it's like I'm always gonna be sweet on Cali people. You know, I love that Southern Cali accent. I can spot it a mile away. So I definitely gonna check out his stuff. He doesn't seem like he does that mumble, like I said, mid 2010s rap. He just doesn't look like he does. I'm gonna find out for myself and see how that goes. Another thing, I don't know what it was, because I watch stuff where black people are saying the N-word, not with the ER, but the A at the end. But so for some reason, I feel like it was overly done. I don't know. It was like every other word was in. Maybe that was just me. Like I said, I ain't trying to be called no hypocrite because I watch Rap-ish and they use it there too. I'm not going to act like I don't use it or never have used it. But it just, like I said, when I was stating in one of my other videos, I like a show where everything just flows. And a lot of it didn't flow for me. It's like I could kind of pinpoint where they were trying to, okay, we gonna get them with this. All right, we'll put this here. We gonna, you know, like I want to be able to just watch a show and just be entertained and not even really see where I can tell the writers did this, did that, and the third, right? So when I was doing some research, they were saying that this show is pretty much like little skits that he did, and they just elongate them out to episodes. So I'm definitely gonna check that out and see how that is. So I'm glad to be back in the Netflix, you know, spot, checking out some things. Netflix is responsible for a lot of stuff. If you ever heard of the term 6 degrees of separation, look that up. It's basically when something connects and connects and connects. So the 6 degrees of separation with Netflix is, I was watching this show in French called My Brother, right? Well, the main character is a French rapper. He's like really big in Paris. So I started listening to some of his stuff. And then I saw, okay, him featuring this person. So I started listening to some of their stuff. So it's like Netflix is actually responsible for a lot of French artists that I listen to. When I watch Shadow, takes place in South Africa. You know, there's a lot of South African shows I started watching because this actor was in it and blah, 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 blah. So, like I said, I love the world of streaming. I do feel sad that physical media is not that girl anymore. But like I said, it's a gift and a curse, yin, yang, you know, good, bad. It's like, it's one of those type of things with streaming. But anyways, I'm going to get up off of here, you guys. Shout out to my subbies. Shout out to y'all. Even though you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for taking your time out to listen to my review and my thoughts. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. All right. Until next time.